It is Wednesday, the 10th of September. It's going really, really quick, and thank God this international break is over. I know England won last night. Has no impact on me whatsoever. Good win. Serbia were absolutely awful, and yeah, so we're coming live from my car, being a family man and active man. There's things that I need to do as a dad, so whilst that is happening, as I say, I will always stream wherever I can. And this is your first time here, then welcome to the show. A little bit unpredictable at times with me. I will stream from wherever I am. And that's how we roll in here. That's what makes us different from everybody else, is that we don't do things in the typical way, or I certainly don't do things in the typical way. Now, one of the things that you will learn about me if you're new here as well is basically that we have one of the best communities on this platform. Absolutely feel very, very fortunate to have one of the best communities on here as well. What you'll get with me is, I am logical, try and be as logical as I possibly can. I try and be as fair as I possibly can. And one of the things I always say, I'm not a dictator of the chat. It isn't my word, and that's the law. I will always try to read out your chats. Now, there are super chats on the channel, there are stickers, there's all that good stuff for memberships. You are absolutely not obliged to do any of that whatsoever. I'm probably the worst salesperson in the entire world to get this stuff sold. But it's an evening show. These shows are some of my favorite shows that we do. What I tend to do with these shows is I pick a topic as such, and then I kind of leave it up to you guys to kind of come in with your stuff. So, I did a show this morning about something that is coming up. We can talk about that as well. So I always send something again, and we can talk about that. The Ineos stuff, I did say, be warned. So as to Burhan, hello, sir. I hope you're doing extremely well this evening, wherever you are in the world. Where are you from, sir? I'm from the UK, so it's going to start to get dark. So this is why I want to get through this show. Get in your comments. As I say, everybody is welcome here. We have lots of people from other channels coming in here as well. Absolutely fantastic people. We get City fans, Liverpool fans, absolute amazing. Love from India. Hydra, welcome, my friend. I hope you're doing extremely well today. Get into the chats. Good to see you. England are one of my favorite places to visit. Thank you, my friend. Where are you from? Let me know where you're from as well, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. One thing I will always say to you in the chat as well is two things. Number one, thank you for being here. It means so much to me, people getting into this chat. Are you a football fan? I am. So this is what this channel is about. I'm a United fan. This is basically what this channel is about. But we do get pushed on to other things. This is, do you think Paul will win the title, Rajat? I do. I really do. I really do. I do. Why do I never get notified anymore? I don't know, mate. Scott, clearly not put on your yeah, as Scott says, put on the notifications to let you know when we post a video. Scott, obviously, mate, you need to get them on, because clearly you're not committed enough. I'm kidding, Scott. Scott is a legend. I'm one of the mods on here, so big up to Scott. Say hi to Scott. Scott is a legend. He is an absolute legend on here. Rajat, hi, bro. How's it going? It's all good, my friend. Ronaldo, sir, I'm also a United fan, but I can't believe what's going on right now in that club they are on, mate. I don't know, Scott. I don't know. So your missus has kicked you out because the trainers were too smelly on your wall. Emmy, yeah, mate. That's it, mate. I'm living in the car now. Just because no, being a family man, it's my turn to take my daughter to her club. So, as I've said, I will stream wherever I can. That's my commitment to you guys, is to get out there and stream. I'm not doing anything weird in my car. It's not one of those nights. Not I sort of have those nights anyway. But yeah, So I'm taking this opportunity, guys, just to bring you a show because you guys are fantastic. Emmy, again, legend of the chat, and those trainers on my wall are clean. They're brand new, never been worn. I'm going to do some reviews on those as well for my other channel, so that will be on that today. I've been making a video for my other channel as well, so feel free to check that out. That's full of running shoes and all sorts of stuff on there, so feel free to check that out. Hodge says like him, guys, he's doing well. Scott, me too, bro. I never know when he's on. Emmy, um I think it's because schedule wise it's so difficult to schedule these on here. So what I might do is I might schedule them. I might try to do that. It's so difficult with my life right now, guys. I'm gonna apologize. It's so difficult right now with my life to particularly with both of the channels, and I work full time as well, and with kids. It's up to you guys, and there's no pressure. But if the channel gets bigger, I what I want to do, and I'm taking this away from the topic of the stream, is I want to commit to this, right? This for me, even though the channel that I have is bigger than this one, this is kind of where I want to be. So I want to do some more stuff on here, and I want to kind of bomb off that channel and focus on this one. And if eventually I get to the point, then I will stream at times. I'll stream at like 9, 12, 8, and then I can plan things around it. So it's all thanks to you guys. So if you make it happen, then then big things will happen as well. Yes, on the road with me. Well, to be honest, no one can beat the quality of UK in terms of stadiums, grounds, fans, camera quality, lot perfection at its peak. I don't miss them days sat outside while she did gymnastics, ballet, street dance. Emmy, that is where I'm actually now. She's in doing her gymnastics, and I am, instead of watching her like a good parent, which I do. Yeah, it's Emmy. Yeah, it is. I'm here, and that's the JB. No. You look like Han from Stray Kids. Gunther, I don't know what that is, mate. No idea, my friend. Bro, we're all equal. Everyone gets blood when it hurts all humans. Exactly, my friend. We should do old man game. Emmy, yes, Emmy, we should do old man gaming. Now, obviously, Scott's come up with a fantastic idea. I need to set that up my end. I may contact Scott, but again, I agree. I think we should do a dedicated gaming thing on this channel. I think it'd be really cool. So I think Scott's idea of FIFA, no, sorry, FC Club. I think that's a great idea. Emmy, let me think about that. But I think that is a fantastic idea. I do. Realistically, 5 points from the next 5 games. Sean will bring that in as my friend. So get in your comments tonight. I want to know your thoughts about the City game. This is your show tonight. We can talk about some other bits and pieces as well, but this is your show tonight. Lead me, tell me the things you want to talk about. Sean says realistically 5 points from the next 5 games. I had an opinion on that, and I'll talk about that before I get back into the chat as well. Is that my original prediction, Sean, was 8 points from 8. I think we're going to get more than that, and I will go into that as well. Why I think so. I think there's I've done a video, Amarin's redemption, and I do think you're going to see something different. I think what we're going to see now is a different Amarin. I think we're going to see a different club. And I'll tell you some of the things I've seen. I'll get through some of the chat, and I'll tell you some of the things that I've seen whereby this is either going to work or it's not. Parja says, why don't you try in movies? You look good and cool. Love you, man. Thanks, buddy. Mate, why don't you try in movies, mate? Mate, thank you, my friend. I'm a little bit too old. I've got a face for the radio. Those days, my friend, have long gone. Don't think a midfielder will come this January, to be honest, on loan or something. Rajat, I don't disagree. I did do a video this morning. If you check that out, I've gone into a couple of things as to I'm basically asking where the money's gone. Now we can go back over that as well here. I'm happy to go back over that as well. Good evening, JB. Good evening, Rob. I mean, you'll get a lot of views and new viewers for FIFA, and especially, well, if Grand Theft Auto 6, I mean, I am going to, um, shout out to Scott on this one, and Emmy, I'll shout out to you on this as well. I think we need to get this going. I agree with you. I think we need to get this up. Now, I'll reach out. So, Emmy, Scott, comment me or send me an email or something, just so I know how to into contact. I've got Scott's. Let me know, and we can start that. We can do something. We can absolutely do something around that. So I think that's a really fantastic idea, and I definitely think it needs to be football based. Grand Theft Auto, when that comes out, happy to do that as well. So I'm happy to make a separate like a separate place on the channel for that, and I think it'd be cool. So Emmy, Scott, fantastic idea. Gaming for us all, guys, exactly. All humans are equal, differences are only divided by political. Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to get too much into that. I hope not. I hope he goes tonight and get Nuno. I think we will do. So Rob says, I think we will do City 2-0. Who do you think will start in the game? I think Emmy, not your normal videos, JB. Emmy, mate, look, right, we all know about the third leg, mate. I can't, those days are finished, mate. Who do I think will win? I think United will win. I do. I know Haaland scored. I think Haaland scored a couple of goals, didn't he? I think Haaland scored 5 goals, and everybody's banging on about it. But come on, let's be fair. It's against Andorra. I think it was anyway. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, I could score against them, so I'm not too concerned. City have their injuries. I think Lemens starts. I do. I think he goes. Right, so this is my team. Get into the chat as well. I'm going to answer all of your chats tonight. Get in there. This is your chat. If you want to move it away from football, we were already talking about all sorts of stuff already. We'll sort the FIFA stuff out as well. We'll get into that and all that fantastic stuff as well. I think he'll go Dorgu. I think he'll go Dorgu. I think he'll go Luke Shaw. I think he'll go De Ligt, Yoro. I think he'll go Mazraoui. I think he'll go Casemiro, Bruno. I think he'll go Cunha. No, I think Cunha's injured, isn't he? I think he'll go Ahmad. I think he'll go Mbeumo, and I think he'll go Shesko. Now, there could be an argument that Man Utd plays in this game, but that's what I think he'll do, and I do think that we'll win. I think we'll win 2-1. I think they'll score. I think we'll be close. I think we'll be like a 1-0, 2-1, something like that. I'd go for a 2-1, I think. Nishfan, we need to play Mazraoui in the 6 with Man Utd in the 8. I think Nishfan, I think it's a possibility. A Delo for me playing as a right wing back. I don't know if we need that rather than an Ahmad. So you could be right. So it could be Nishfan. I think you could be right. It could be Mazraoui in the 6. It could be Man Utd in the 8. Bruno in one of the 10s. You could be right. Bet you look like a special type of person talking to yourself. Honestly, Emmy, right? The amount of looks I get, mate. Honestly, I get all sorts of looks, mate. Particularly as the light is on in like the car, and you're going to see like these lights flashing towards my face. It is but the funny thing is as well, right? There's so this is all part of like a gym, right? So I don't know like how many people are into the gym and that kind of stuff, right? But like whenever I go to the gym, like I always make sure that I'm wearing like you got people in there that wear vests and all that sort of stuff. You should see the states that come out of this gym. It is unbelievable. It is and mostly men as well. Is yeah, they definitely need to learn to dress. Scott says JB and his love hammer. That sounds like a Marvel film, doesn't it? I am titanium. RG mods force me out Okay, Jamie Vargas, welcome, my friend. Our American friend, um, Texas United 3 City 2, different channel at Scott. Yeah, we will win the treble before GTA 6 comes out. Amazing. Who are do you? What do you mean? I heard he didn't kick a. I heard he didn't kick a polar bear in the face. I heard he knocked out the bear with his third leg. Well, look, Emmy, right? All I'm going to say, right, is that if you're being charged at by a polar bear with no paws, right, or a crocodile with no teeth, I mean, you got to fight back. I mean, I think you are obligated under those circumstances. Now, the RSPCA or the NSPCC or whatever they're called these days, I don't think, personally, I don't think they'd frown upon you if you were being attacked by an animal that size, and then you just happen to kick it. I'm not condoning it. I have to say this. I need to prefix this. I do not condone any animal issues. Treat every animal person with respect. But if you're being attacked, I think under those circumstances, I don't think anybody would blame you for, you know, reacting to a polar bear with no paws and teeth. Yeah, um, you know. United will get a draw, Rajat. I don't know him, bro. Remember Cunha, Mount, Delo injured at the moment. Yeah, so, okay. So if Delo is out, then I think it'd have to be Majrabi then, I think. Lee says, hello. Cunha should be back. Why did Force? Also, Foden, Momu, Stones, Kovacic. Oh, okay. So that is a lot of people out. Mazraoui will play centre back, maybe. I don't know. Not if Shaw's fit. He seems to love Shaw. He loves Shaw. Yeah. I've got a feeling he will play a false nine with Bruno up top. Rob, that's a good shout, but I hope I'm wrong and Shesko starts. I agree with you, Rob. I think Shesko definitely needs to start in this game. City. I can't judge City right now. We're either going to get the wounded animal City, or we're going to get what we've got for the last. What I'd love to see, and again, this is not aimed at necessarily the fans as such. City are probably the only club that I've got no time for. Um, because of the things that they've done and like who they are. So, there is no way to spin it. There's, Liverpool fans, there is, and the clubs, there is respect there. They spent their money. They've done the things that they've done and they've earned it, right? City, we all know, fake plastic, got no time for that club at all. Fans wise, as long as they are respectful, then that's fine. But um, I can't judge them. I would absolutely love. It'd be absolutely hilarious for me if we absolutely went and smashed them, and Pep got sacked. That for me would be absolute fantastic for me if we went there, absolute smashed them 7-1, and Pep got sacked. So let's see. But you've seen me in the other channels, chat. I've never started arguments or trash people views. That's what they said. JB, you look like the guy from Lost Boys. Which one? There's many of them in Lost Boys. Are we talking about? Are we talking about? I mean, there's tons of them. There's Corey Heyman and Corey Thingymabob and all sorts of stuff. Hang on a sec, guys. Just need to reply to this. Just give me one second. Seriously, it's like my back. Sorry, I just had to go there. It is my daughter's birthday tomorrow, so my other daughter, and I forgot to do something, so I just needed to respond to that live. Oh dear. You don't really apologise, Rajat. Don't have much history that club exactly. Michael. Is Michael like the main one? is Michael like the older brother guy? Can do Jay Cartwright impression. Scan says you look like Chris from Stray Kids. He's an Aussie. I no idea who that is, mate. G'day, mate. That is all I've got. Trevine says, "Hi, hello, my friend. Sorry, I'm late. No, yes, mate. Well, tell you, mate, Scott, I will take that all day long, mate. You know, he was a heartthrob of the 80s. I will take that, mate. You know, you were in my good books. Harold Bishop, you look like Harold. Oh, mate, amazing. Tipping times, I love it. I love it. I love it. If you put Michael Elise, Nico Jackson, you get Michael Jackson. Well, kind of amazing. So, guys, let me know in the comments the City game. Let me know. Just keep them coming. Just keep on. Let me know what you think, and we can talk about that. Have your say on that game. It looks like you've got your interior light on. Don't do me, mate. I flatten your battery. Yeah, I know. I know. 4-2. Yo, first time saw you in a different setup. It looks like you got your interior light on. Don't do. I know, mate, but otherwise it's dark. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. So, Rob, mate, I'm loving your concern, Rob. I'm loving your concern, my friend. Absolute. You know, like a caring. See, this is they were his dogging lights. Oh, you crack me up. This is what I love about this. If you're new to this place, just get into this community. Just get into this chat. Just for the guys on here, they're absolutely amazing. If you want to see me stream from a car, you know, I've streamed from many places. It's just a typical stream night for me, you know, trying to mix in the both things. So one of the things I did see today, and one of the things that I did get sent as well, which was quite interesting, which I don't see winning the next two games, might end up Premier League 200. I do think we need to beat City. Premier League 200 said I don't see us winning the next two games. Might end up with a draw in both. I think anything's possible. I really do. Lee Darcy says, where I'll take a draw. You should start a travel channel. Imagine that. Took a draw would be a very good result, I think. Football Tube. City got 10 men out. This is the best chance we've got to get it wrapped up if we win. If we lose, it's a matter of we're improving. Football Tube. And again, my friend, you know, I think you're, again, making some good points, guys. My prediction is I think we'll win. I think City will have. I think City have got quite a few players out, but let's not pretend. Let's not pretend City are weak, right? You know, they've got Haaland. You know, they've still got one of the best teams in the Premier League. You just haven't fired yet. I think we'll win. I think we'll win 2-1. It's typical of us. Now, I don't care. I want to win, right? But it's not winning against City. It's not winning against, because we're not in and around them. Don't get me wrong. A win is a win, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't win, but it's not those games that we need to win for me. It's the JB and his Thailand adventure. Start with JB and Big Steve. Oh, Scott, you are funny. Yes, I don't think the missus will be too impressed with that. I'm just going to try to move that because get some more light in it. Yeah, I don't think it will go down too great if we get beat. More pressure on the manager, especially if we get hammered. But I think we'll win. Premier League 200, we can City, but Chelsea press too high, and Amrin will have no solution for that. I think you're right. You know, I think the City game will be easier than the Chelsea game. Now, quote me on that like afterwards, but I do think that the Chelsea game would be. But my caveat to the Chelsea game is that City's Chelsea's back four do not look good. their back four does not look good. I think they play a high line, but I think they can be. I think we can get at them. I don't think Chelsea's back four is very good. Their midfield's fantastic. Their midfield, their protection in their midfield is fantastic. Casido, you've got Enzo in there as well, absolutely fantastic. Their front four, a bit hit and miss, but if they fire, then they almost don't need a back four. They'll play so high that they almost don't need that back four. So I think City will be easier. I do. I do, and I think you're right. I think if we can come away from Chelsea with a draw and City with a win, I think that's good. I think from what I predicted, I think that's good. So let me just go back to see what we're saying. Let's not pretend they got 10 men out, but guessing a draw is facilitating another excuse for Amorim. We can be realistic here. That's a very, very good point. You're right. City should be easier given the circumstances. Jesus, you have got a big long name. I'm just going to call you Sai. You're right. Aristay says hi, art hostage here. Hello. Hope you're doing really, really well. Hope you are doing really, really well. I believe Lamens has been training really hard. Hopefully, he gets the nod to start. I think, and I'm going to come back to Football Tube. Right, because I actually think, and I'm going to come back to that because that's a really good segue to something that I've seen. And Football Tube, again, get your comments in because you do always make some, and I know we don't always agree, but I think that you do make some really, really good points. So feel free, guys, to get in points, right? Is that, and I've seen this as well, right? Now, I think it really does depend on where you stand on this squad. Okay, so where I stand on this squad, and I'll go back to what I said today. Now we've got rid of 11 players. Okay, so we've got rid of the bomb squad. So Malacia should be gone as well. Okay, so that's the bomb squad. Now let's not pretend for a second that Ineos are cooking. Now some people are going to say Ineos are cooking, and I promise you, I'm going to make a point here. Ineos are cooking. Ineos have done these amazing deals. They've got these players out. Blah 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 blah. Most of those deals were crap, right? Let's be clear on this. So Lindelof, Ericsson, both on £170,000 a week, just went. So they were paid that up until they left. They've now gone. Fine. Evans is gone, retired. His wage is quite low, right? So they've gone. We've sold 2 players. We've got the bomb squad, but we've sold 2 players. 1 player, a certain player that went to the London Blues. So Chelsea got a really, really good deal there. Cut price deal. So let's not pretend that deal was a great deal. Cut price deal. Okay. Haaland potentially could be a decent deal, but that's a loan. Anthony's deal was a shocking deal. Considering what he did, considering he was part of the players that got them to a final. There was a story today that they couldn't even afford him. So Hummels, their sponsor, had to then pay United to get Anthony to go. Right, so that deal was awful. Rashford alone, he may even be coming back. The stories of him potentially on like the way back, he's not coming back, right? So let's just put that one to bed now. He's not coming back. Okay, he's just not, right? So that is just not true, right? Sancho was alone. We're paying 80% of we're paying 20% of his wages. Awful, right? But what I will concede is that they've managed, that Ineos have allowed Amorim to get rid of those players, have allowed him to get a better squad, allowed that money to be saved. Now, I did a video today on this where we've roughly, not over the next 3 years, but in this financial year, we would have saved £74 million. When you include sales, it's nearly 180 million. Where's that money gone? That is my question. Now, you're going to see this as well, is where has that money gone, right? The video is there, and I've gone through it all, and where, like, has that money gone? So going back to this squad, and back to football tubes is an excuse for Amorim. So I've seen all this being said. So everything that I've just said now, and then I've been said that Amorim now has his squad in place, right? So Amorim now has his squad in place. There should be no excuses for Amorim, and I have said that. So once he gets his players in, there should be no excuses. Even though we've got rid of these players, it's still the same team that finished 15th, guys. Other than 3 to 4 players, other than 4 players, this is still the same squad that finished 15th. This is still Casemiro, who's playing like he's on a beach. This is still Luke Shaw, who knows if he's going to be injured again. He's coming up to a World Cup year, and he's going to play blinding again. I guarantee it. Right? You've got Mason Mount, wonderful player. Right? I've been really not surprised, but I've been surprised how consistent he was. The kid, the guy's got a career-threatening injury that we don't know when it's going to strike. He's out again. He's still got this same team, this same mentality in this team that finished last season. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that I'm with Football Tube on this one. I don't want Amorim to have an excuse. I don't want another manager to have an excuse, but he does have one. This is still the same team that finished 15th last season. I do think from this point, Amorim is going to turn this around. I really, really do. But Football Tube, and I absolutely agree with you completely. We shouldn't have an excuse. Amorim, whatever we think about him now, he has to show his credentials as a coach. He has to. This is now the only way for him to survive at this club with the vultures surrounding him. Is he now has to show as a coach what he can actually do. So I want to back him. But I think you're right. I don't want him to have an excuse anymore, but I still think he has one. Let's have a little look. What are we saying? Amorim unfortunately can't lose points for City and Chelsea. I can't even have one Chelsea player in my squad, but the way they play impress me. Scott says JB cooked in Amsterdam. Fisher says hi, hello my friend. Yeah, give the screen a tap, guys. Just give us a quick like. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Tulips, big up JB, big up Tulip, big up so Danny B's in the house, out and about today. Yes, I am. I am on the road. I need to bring some sort of light with me. I'm streaming, needs must. I'm out and about today. Luke Scott says, I am more happy than Onana is gone than the summer sign is worst keeper in history. Yeah, there was a yes, it's still the same team. There's cogs you can move to make it look different. We're facilitating for a guy Amorim who isn't proven anything for the sake of it at this point. And again, Football Tube. Again, I find it, and again, this is your show, right? So I'm going to give you guys your voice and your opinion, and I'm trying not to come back too much on it. And I will. I'm going to give my opinion now. This is based upon some of the things that I've said as well, right? So one of the things that I've said is that I need to accept, from my perspective, that Amorim is 40 years old, right? For a coach that is young. Scott says JB fights a polar bear in the Antarctic. But to go back to Football Tube, I have said that one of the things I will have to concede is that Amorim is really young, right? It's very, very rare that a young coach can go into a team. Now, Amorim's system, if you come back in 10 years' time, Amorim's system will be completely different. It may have the hallmarks of this system that he plays now, but it's not going to be the same system. Amorim is still learning football. There is no coincidence that the best, like the managers that are the best, are older managers with more experience, because with more experience means you've seen more, you've experienced more. Which I know that sounds like a simple thing to say, but people just think because you're a coach and you suddenly know it all. Like, there's no coincidence that Fergie took 6 7 years to do what he did. You know, even though he'd been in the Scottish League, he'd won a league with another Scottish club. That and he'd worked with Jock Stein, right, with Scotland. So he got a good understanding about football, and he kind of learnt from some of the best in the game. Came to the English game completely just different completely. But it took him years and years and years to find a system that worked. It took him years and years and years to find the system. And then when he then went through the Premier League years, again he had to advance his system. He had to advance the way that he trained, the way that he worked. Amarin is at the start of this journey. So Football Tube, I don't disagree with you. Amarin is very, very young. You know, is he going to be given time? Amarin needs, from this point, in my opinion, Amarin needs about 5 years. He needed last year to understand the league. He needs this year to start to test some things out. He's going to need another season to get his players in. It's going to take him 4 or 5 years, and is he going to have that time? So Football Tube, I think you're right. We are facilitating him to a point. Does it mean that I want him to go? No. Does it mean I think he should have time? Yes. But I think you're right. I think we are facilitating him because we've got to. I hope Lemens start. Did you see EAFA player ratings? How is Foden at 85 and Cunha's 83? Cunha, for whatever reason, they just don't like him. I rate the fact that you don't shy away from tough, mate. I can't, mate. I absolutely can't, and I'm not going to give you an airy fairy answer, mate. I'm going to give you my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. It just means that, and this is your show, right? I want to give as much respect to your opinion as you possibly can, because I think it's right. You know, these are the questions that need to be asked. And these are the questions that I've got to be fair to myself and say, look, you know, this is why this community is fantastic, is because of these questions that get asked. Luke Skywalker says Lemens is a novice, 50% hit and miss rate. I don't disagree. Amarin is very good. I'm confused why he's not successful. Premier League 200, and again, that's a very, very good point. You know, he is a good coach, but at the moment, I think Football Tube is right. I think he's basically inexperienced and learning on the job, because he has to learn on the job. You know, he's a good coach, and he will be a good coach, but sadly, right now he's just learning the trade, and that's where we are. Even if he misses, he can't be worse than a Toby Fad. What console you play on? PS5. Bobby, we're getting a FC. Yeah, we are. Olympiakos, welcome here, my friend. Videos for the channel. Exactly, we are. We'll get some. Look, all I'm going to say, guys, is that I'm absolutely atrocious. I used to be good at football games, but well, when I say that, I used to think I was good at them. I'm not now. But let's see, shall we? Luke Scott says, fair enough. I hope Lemens does well, but I think he starts the game against City. Binder will be Amarin's first choice. I don't disagree with you, my friend. Is Slot better than Amarin? Premier League 200. I think that's a very, very good question. Do I think he's better? I'm sorry, I need to put this on. Do I think he's better? Well, at the moment, you've got to say yes. There's no point in even trying to think about this too much. Is he a better coach right now? For me, the answer would be yes. Okay, only on the basis that he's come into a team that didn't win the Premier League the previous season and come in and coached a team to a Premier League. So as a coach, could Amarin have done that with that team? We don't know. I would probably say yes. But as a coach, right here and now, I think Slot is better because he's proved that he's better, right? but it's a completely different setup, completely different team, completely different players. I think it's a very difficult question to ask. The only thing that you can say is look at what is in front of your face. Slot has come in and won a league, so he has to be. I can't dispute that. But if Amarin goes on to win a league with this club, then he is the better coach. But right now, you've got to say that it's Slot because he's come in and won a Premier League in his first go. Completely different players, completely different club, completely different everything. So it's a bit of a. I think it's a bit of a. I think it's a bit of a tricky one, but logically, all I can say is yes because he's won the league. Rob says City defence is not that great, hence why I think we can have a go at them. Would be fantastic if Sheska opens his account at the empty hat. Exactly. I'm rubbish, mate, but I'll give me a shout to Tom and I'll add you. Perfect. What are the people saying on here? Oh my God. What is wrong with people? Honestly. People are just ridiculous, aren't they? PS5, it has stopped working a couple weeks ago. Might have to wait till New Year's for a new one. That will make it more fun for the videos. Exactly. Thomas says, if I say City nil, United nil, surprisingly, no doubt. Interesting. The last FIFA I played was 2012 lol. I'm getting the new FC. Well, look, guys, it means I'm going to have to get it as well. So we're going to have to set something up. And we'll record it. It'll be cool. Get some air in a can and get the dust out, and probably due to overheating. I got mine pre-ordered, get it early next week. What? Mate, I didn't even see that, mate. I Scott and the mods, I'm so glad that you guys are on it tonight. Thank you. There are some, I do agree with you. Yes, he is, mate. I agree with you completely, guys. I mean, thank you, mods, for there obviously are some crazies out tonight. I mean, I'm sat in a car, right? So probably thinking that sort of chat, right? So let's see. So guys, I'm going to go just purely because the light has destroyed me tonight. Yeah. So many more things to talk about, but we can catch up again tomorrow in the chat. Yeah, the light has defeated me tonight, so I need to sort that one out, I think. Yeah, so I will be back tomorrow. I'll start looking up FIFA streams, and we can have our own little part on the channel. Let's see how it does. I think it'll be quite cool. I don't know how you guys, let me know how you wanna. I think we need to let me know who's good at FIFA, because then we can obviously split up the teams, because we don't want people who are amazing to be together. We sort of need a little bit of balancing. So if you guys are fantastic at it, then let me know, and you can be with me. Do you think Pep has lost his plot teams starting to expose him? I think without Rodri, they are lackluster. I think United will have a go. So do I. I think that I think Pep has been found out. I think the one thing that was always going to happen, was that Pep was always going to be found out, right? And what I mean is that when you come up with this system, this brand new system, and it beats people, and it wins, eventually football will transition, because football then has to adapt to whatever the latest system is that works. So there's no coincidence now that people are playing with high lines, people are playing with wingers, people are sort of going back slightly as a because they basically have to beat Pep's system. And I think Pep has now been found. So Pep reminds me of Jose now. Obviously better than Jose, but Jose at the end was kind of starting to sort of, his teams didn't look as good anymore, and I think that's ultimately is what's going to happen to Pep. I think Pep will become very ordinary, and I think we can beat them. I really, really do. When you get the chance, change the settings so when you can beat. Yes, I will do. Great show, thank you, mate. Scott will be a pro, I guarantee it. Great stream, thank you, guys. I'm good at FIFA. We'll all play in the same team. Right, so I think it will be so Donnarumma against the men's. That's what I think it'll be. I really, really do. Yeah. So because I'm going to go, the light has defeated me. I'm gutted actually because I could. This is the sort of stream I could do for at least an hour or two. But yeah, the light has defeated me, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. This FIFA thing is going to be cool. It's going to be fantastic. I will do a show tomorrow morning. I don't know when, but I might schedule one in. Cheers, Rob. Go park up next to a lamppost, mate. That would just look so bloody weird, wouldn't it? Next time, I'll make sure that I'm parked up next to a lamppost. So yeah, guys, amazing stream. As I always say, always say, guys. Even though I'm in a car, you can't. I wish I could buy a light. Right, you can buy cars. You can't buy lights, but you can't buy time, and you can't buy health, and you can't buy all that stuff. And the fact that you spend your time here with me, and we talk together, and you listen to me sat in my car like some sort of strange bloke. Yeah, it is amazing. And we'll talk about things that we love. This club brings people together. It always has, and it's doing it now. It's building communities like ours. The things that we talk about, don't always talk about football, and these evening shows are becoming some of my favorite shows just because you guys just make it amazing. So yeah, thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, whatever you're up to. Yeah, take care of yourselves, your families, and of course I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.